Welcome back to Zlatan's Fight Picks. Today we will do the predictions for UFC Vegas 93, Perez versus Taira. It is 2:30 in the morning. We're getting this out really late. And the unfortunate part is I started this video an hour ago and for some reason the camera cut out. When I was finishing my video, I realized that it wasn't even recording. So this is the second time I'm doing it. So I'm going to make this time a lot quicker. There was huge explanations for each fight, but it's late and I've already done it once, so I'm going to keep it really short. Sorry guys, there's not going to be a lot of explaining. I'm going to be mostly just picking. Since I've just finished an hour of it, I'm kind of tired right now. We'll start as usual with the first fight and moving on to the main event. First fight, Meliquizal Costa versus Shaolin Nurdenbecki. Meliquizal Costa, 5'10", 71-inch reach, 20 wins, 7 losses, 27 years old. Nurdenbecki, 5'8", 69-inch reach, 39 wins, 11 losses, 30 years old. Costa's going to win. He's got longer kicks. Nurdenbecki showed that he's susceptible to kicks to the body. Costa has great kicks to the body. He's going to be able to keep it on the outside. He's going to be taller, lankier. Nurdenbecki's going to be explosive, really dangerous in the first round. He's a wrestler, so he probably can take Costa down. Costa's really good, has really good BJJ, can defend on the ground. He's very dangerous on the ground. He himself can take Nurdenbecki down. Costa's going to be the pick. Low level confidence. Moving on. Josephine Knudsen, Julia Palastri. Josephine Knudsen, 5'3", 60-inch reach, 7 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 28 years old. Julia Palastri, 5'2", 63-inch reach, 12 wins, 3 losses, 26 years old. Both small girls. Knudsen's going to be faster. Palastri's going to be more durable. Well, not more durable, but she's going to be more powerful. Knudsen and Palastri are durable, although I have to say Palastri seems indestructible. But nevertheless, it's going to come down to the decision, and Knudsen's going to outland her. And if somebody can take somebody to the ground, it'll be Knudsen. She's fairly well-rounded. Knudsen's going to be the pick. Moving on, Jekka Seragi versus Weston Wilson. Jekka Seragi, 5'8", 69-inch reach, 14 wins, 3 losses, 29 years old. Weston Wilson, 6'1", 73-inch reach, 16 wins, 9 losses, 35 years old. Jekka Seragi, very low level UFC guy. Weston Wilson, not even UFC level guy, but he's there, and I think he took a last minute fight. They gave him a small contract. I think they want to promote Jekka Seragi. They need a victory for him. He's from Indonesia. It's a big market. They would love to see him win. So they're trying to set up this fight with Weston Wilson. But he is a huge favorite, probably unbettable. Probably Weston Wilson will be the dog shot here. But he's not very good. But he is tall. He's dangerous on the ground. Got a long reach. He's been losing against really dynamic strikers, which is what Seragi is. And Seragi just unfortunately really low level. The last fight he beat Alexander was kind of an opportunistic punch that knocked out Alexander. Otherwise, I don't know if he would have beat Alexander in his last fight. But nevertheless, they're setting him up to beat Weston Wilson. Serragi's going to be the pick. Moving on, Carly Judas versus Gabriela Fernandez. Carly Judas, 5'7", 68-inch reach, 3 wins, 1 loss, 25 years old. Gabriela Fernandez, 5'6", 66-inch reach, 8 wins, 3 losses, 30 years old. Gabriela Fernandez, great striker, very powerful, has a problem with being taken to the ground and controlled and beaten. And the last 2 fighters, that's what they did. Carly Judas, very new, very inexperienced, but the Contender Series fight, took it on short notice, high volume, high pace, great boxing, gets hit a little too much, could be a problem with Fernandez's power. But I think the volume here is going to play a big part of it. Judas, young, up-and-comer, I think she's going to win. I think UFC likes her. I think the judges are going to see the volume. Fernandez is going to land heavier, and Judas is going to land non-stop. She's got to be careful and maybe avoid some of the punches because she took a lot of punches in the Contender Series fight. Judas is going to be the pick. Moving on, Josh Quinlan versus Adam Fugit. Josh Quinlan, 6 feet tall, 72-inch reach, 5 wins, 2 losses, 31 years old. Adam Fugat, 6'1", 77-inch reach, 9 wins, 4 losses, 35 years old. Josh Quinlan's coming back from a bad KO. I think he's coming back too quick. This could be the last fight in his contract. He's okay. Adam Fugat, again, he's just okay, but he is going to be taller, going to have longer reach. He's 35 years old, tail end of his career, but he's taking it very seriously. He moved down to a different state, train. I think he's going to be able to take Quinlan to the ground, even though he's BJJ. I think Fugat's pretty tricky and pretty long and pretty hard to handle down there. I think he's got some decent strikes. Quinlan's going to be a little faster. It's going to be a real low-level confidence pick, but I'm going to pick Fugat for the victory. Moving on, Jimmy Flick versus Nate Maness. Jimmy Flick, 5'7", 68-inch reach, 17 wins, 7 losses, 33 years old. Nate Maness, 5'10", 72-inch reach, 15 wins, 3 losses, 32 years old. Nate Maness, really tall for the division. 5'10", is going to have the reach advantage, height advantage. He just needs to keep it on the feet. Jimmy Flick is a terrible striker, excellent on the ground, not a great wrestler, doesn't take down people very easily. Nate Maness just needs to keep his brains working and stay away and punch from distance and knock out Jimmy Flick. Because after the first round, Jimmy Flick's going to just get desperate and pretty much give up if you just, beat the hell out of him. But just don't go to the ground, because he's going to fall down and wait for you to come down to the ground. Hopefully Nate Maness is smart enough to know better and win this fight easily on the feet. Nate Maness is going to be the pick. Tagir Ulanbekov versus Joshua Van. Tagir Ulanbekov, 5'7", 70-inch reach, 15 wins, 2 losses, 32 years old. Joshua Van, 5'5", 65-inch reach, 10 wins, 1 loss, 22 years old. Tagir is going to have the length, the height. Joshua Van's going to be with a better striker. Tagir's still dangerous. He's going to have the length. Van's going to have the speed. When it comes down to the ground, Ulanbekov's an excellent wrestler, great ground game. Joshua Van, he's always surprised me in a good way. He's young, learning new tricks all the time, getting better and better. But I think he's a little over his head. I think he's going to make it competitive, but Ulanbekov will show him a different level on the ground. Ulanbekov's going to be the pick. Moving on, Brady Heidstad versus Garrett Armfield. Yeah, Brady Heidstad, 5'8", 71-inch reach, 8 wins, 2 losses, 25 years old. Garrett Armfield, 5'6", 70-inch reach, 10 wins, 3 losses, 27 years old. Brady Heidstad fought Dana, and Dana, who's not in the UFC anymore, managed to stuff most of the takedowns till about the 3rd round. Then he got stuck, and he ended up losing that fight by stoppage. He got very tired. Otherwise, he was outstriking him. Brady Heidstad doesn't have great striking, but for some reason, these big looping punches were landing on Dana. I think Garrett Armfield is a little bit better with his defense. He's a good striker, and he fought a guy similarly to Heisted, which is Katona, which continually tried to take him down. Probably even better at takedowns than Heisted. And Armfield managed to stuff a lot of them, get back up from some of them, and land enough shots to win that fight. I think the same thing is going to happen here. Garrett Armfield by decision. Where are we at for time? Gonna make it short. Main event, the main card. But these actually, some of these fights actually moved. I know Heisted and Armfield moved to the main event because of some cancellations. So it did shuffle around a little bit. Asu Almabaya versus Jose Johnson. Asu Almabaya, 5'4", 65-inch reach. 19 wins, 2 losses, 30 years old. Jose Johnson, 6 feet tall, 71.5-inch reach. 16 wins, 8 losses, 29 years old. Asu Almabayev is from Kazakhstan. Realistically, the UFC would love this guy to win. Huge market there. It's always good to have some guys from all over the world, especially Asia, when they go fight there. A lot of fans. Jose Johnson's moving down from a higher weight class. He's going down to 125. This guy's a monster at 120. I don't even know if he's going to make it at 125. We'll see him at weigh-ins. If he does, and he does look good, he's going to be a handful. Asu Almabayev, excellent takedowns, okay striker, but at the end of the day, he's small. He's small regularly. Never mind when you got Jose Johnson, who's 6 feet tall now, in this division. He's going to be the biggest guy in that division. He's going to cause huge problems from Asu, from striking. But even if Asu brings him down to the ground, Jose Johnson's got decent takedown defense. He's got some decent BJJ. He's going to be hard to handle, even if he's on the bottom. just because of the sheer length. It's going to give him a lot of problems. Asu's going to be the pick. Mid-level confidence. On the board, I got him at a high-level confidence just because it was just easier to put him there at minus 650. But mid-level confidence, we don't know what Jose Johnson's going to look like. If he looks really good, he's going to cause a lot of problems for the much shorter fighter. And Jose Johnson obviously wasn't good enough to stay at his weight. He figures, well, if I go down, I'm even bigger, more advantages. We'll see how that works out on the weigh-ins. But Asu Amabayab will be the pick. Douglas Silva de Andrade versus Miles John. Douglas Silva, 5'7", 68.5-inch reach, 29 wins, 5 losses, 39 years old. Miles John's 5'7", 66-inch reach, 14 wins, 2 losses, 30 years old. Big difference is the Silva's 39 years old. It's one of those things. He's good, he's dynamic, he's strong, he's taking all the supplements, but eventually he gets old, and the older fighters drop off right away. So you never know. He's still not looking old. He's still looking good, and if he still looks the way he fought last time, he should be able to beat Miles Johns. He's going to be a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, and apart from him getting old, and that happens like that in this game. So Miles Johns, a little too slow, big swinging punches, likes to take people down. If he's going to have a hard time taking down Andrade, it's going to be too strong, too well versed on the ground. Got to go with Andrade. He is the underdog. He's going to be the pick. Moving on, Timmy Kwamba versus Lucas Almeida. Timmy Kwamba, 5'9", 71-inch reach, 8 wins, 2 losses, 25 years old. Lucas Almeida, 5'11", 71-inch reach, 14 wins, 3 losses, 33 years old. Almeida's going to have the height. Doesn't say he's going to have the reach. Going to be fairly even, but he's still going to have the height advantage. Timmy Kwamba, well-rounded, good striker, good on the ground, well-rounded. Not best at everything, but fairly well-rounded. He is a newcomer to this. He fought one time against Oki, looked okay, took it on short notice, lost a split decision. I actually bet on him that day. Lucas Almeida hasn't looked good in the last couple of fights, but if it's the same old Lucas Almeida that fought at Huber, if he shows up, he's going to end up knocking out Kwamba. But Almeida is susceptible to the takedowns, but you got to have a decent level of takedowns to be able to take him down. I think he's good enough to fight off Kwamba's takedowns. Kwamba is going to be the favorite. Kwamba is going to be fighting in his hometown. I think UFC wants Kwamba to win, but I have a feeling Almeida's going to turn it around and knock him out. So low-level confidence. I'm picking Almeida. I don't think anyone's picking Almeida. Everyone's picking Kwamba. I like Kwamba. I bet on him last time. I just think Almeida's going to turn it around and fight the way he fought 3 fights ago. He didn't look good last time at Philly, but it wasn't that he was fighting bad. He physically didn't look healthy. Who knows what was going on. But Almeida's going to be the pick. It's a pretty big underdog. Going to go for that one. Moving on to the main event. Alex Perez versus Tatsuro Taira. Alex Perez, 5'6", 65.5-inch reach. 25 wins, 8 losses, 32 years old. Tatsuro Taira, 5'7", 70-inch reach, 15 wins, 0 losses, 24 years old. Tatsuro Taira is going to be bigger, going to be longer. He's younger. He hasn't fought anyone at the level of Perez. He's been very good. He's a decent striker. He's actually got a KO in his last fight. Great top control when he gets you on the ground. But this is the highest level guy he's ever fought. Perez has fought like 3 times this year. He's fighting everybody. All those years we didn't think he was serious, and all the fights that got canceled. Now he's showing that it had nothing to do with him. It's just the way the situation was. And it looks like he's hungry. He's still young. He fought Makaev, and he did pretty good with his stuffing the takedowns. And I think Tatsuro Taira is really good on top, but I think he's going to have a challenge with the takedowns because I think Makaev is a better wrestler. And the few times he did take Perez down was through wrestling. And Taira is not a great wrestler. He's just a jiu-jitsu guy, so he needs to get you on the ground. He usually uses kind of jiu-jitsu trips and stuff like that to get you on the ground. He's not a great wrestler. He can shoot, but he's not really good at it. And you saw the last time he fought Hernandez in the first round basically out-scrambled him in every occasion, and he couldn't keep Hernandez on the ground or take him down. I think the same thing's going to happen with Perez. He's going to out-scramble him. As long as he doesn't get Taira comfortable or in control on top, which he's very dangerous with his chokes. But Perez, you know, he had Makayev on top of him too, right? So nevertheless, I think Perez is going to be very dynamic. I think he's a great striker. I think Taira is a future contender. I think he's very young. I think he's going to lose this 5-round fight to Perez. I think UFC wants Taira to win. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I think even though Taira knocked out Hernandez last fight, Hernandez showed that, you know, if you're a really good wrestler, you don't have to get taken down by Taira. You can fight back. Hopefully you can do it for 5 rounds. But Taira ended up knocking him out in the second round. But having said that, that's Hernandez. That's a totally different level of opponent than Perez. So Perez is going to be the pick. Let's go to the board. Going to keep this short, guys, since I've already done it one time. Let's see. This is where I realized it was not working last time, so. All right. Let's bring this a little closer. That work? Can you see it? Yeah. All right. Does it work? You can see it better like that. All right. This goes from most confident to least confident. Once again, this is not financial advice. Bet only what you can afford to lose. These are my picks. Do your own research. Compare what I've done here with what you're doing, and maybe you can figure out something that's a winning bet. But nevertheless, I've got it broken down from most to least confident, and trust me, most of these fights are least confident because they're just these fight cards that are like not the main fight cards. There are so many lower level fighters, different matchups, guys you don't know, guys that are getting old, and all that stuff. So, and new people coming in. So trust me, this is a very volatile card. So you'll see what I'm saying. So, anyways, most confident pick, I got Almabayev, and again, not even worth betting at -650. I don't even know if you put him in a parlay. Johnson's going to be dangerous. We'll see what he comes. How does he look like at 125? I mean, he's going to be huge, tall. I don't know if he's going to be too skinny. I don't know if he's going to make weight, but he's going to be difficult. If he does make weight and he's healthy, he's going to be a handful. So this is the most confident pick. But I'll tell you, this guy's going to, if he comes in the right way, it's going to give him a lot of problems. I still picking him to win. But anyways, he's the most confident because realistically, he should be way better than him. But just because of the size difference and the weight cut, there's a lot of variables here. Maness, easy victory if he just keeps it on the feet. But you know what? Sometimes these fighters just don't think it through. Maness is going to be the pick. Unbettable, -575 anyway, so stay away from these 2 fights. I'm not going to bet him personally, individually. I might put him in a parlay. You know, not all of them, of course, but I mean, just because it doesn't make a huge difference depending on the size of the parlay. Usually it's not worth it. But I might just throw him in 1 or 2 here or there. But nevertheless, Ulanbekov, 3rd most confident pick. I mean, he should be able to beat Van, even though I like Van. He's improving all the time. Ulanbekov is spot top level guys. I don't think they are worse than Van, and he is beating him. So Ulanbekov's going to be the pick. Knudsen, you know, really tough, very durable, high volume, talented, can go to the ground, you know, take people to the ground, just well-rounded, you know, high-level confidence. I really like what I've seen from her. And she's fighting a girl who's tough, but she's about the same size, so there's not going to be a height or reach disadvantage. She's going to be faster. He's going to win that fight. Armfield, I mean, he's in the top 5, but realistically, this gets a little sketchy already. He's a -185 favorite. He's fighting a wrestler, and you never know. Heisted seems like he's improving all the time. Yes, Armfield does the same game plan with Katona and keeps it on the feet and lands enough just to win. He's going to win a decision. Moving on, Sergey versus Wilson. minus 380. Low level confidence. I mean, he's a huge favorite. I wouldn't bet on him, but minus 380, it's ridiculous. He's not that good. The last knockout he got was kind of a lucky, positional knockout where the guy fell on the ground, tried to get up, turned around, started moving backwards, and Sergey jumped on him and hit him in the chin. It was just totally kind of fluky, opportunistic type of knockout. I think he would have probably lost that fight. But anyways, he did win the fight. Now they want him to win again. They picked the lowest level competition they can. But still, you never know. This guy's not that good. Sergey's going to be the pick. This guy's still dangerous, even though he's not the UFC level. Anything can happen, right? He's really good on the ground with submissions. This guy was taken to the ground by Jubilee and held down and beaten down. So you never know. Moving on. Andrade, even though he's old, he's my first underdog play. Still think he has enough in him to get it done. Perez, the main event. I think he's going to be a little more high level than Taira. I think Taira's going to give him a run for his money, but I think Perez is going to pull this off. Taira's going to be definitely a future contender. I think, this will be a good experience for him. Perez is going to be the pick. Almeida, this is the one I said be careful. Everybody's picking Kwamba. Kwamba's in his hometown. I think Almeida's going to clip him. He didn't look good in a couple of fights, but if it's the same guy that comes in from the 2 fights prior when he fought Trezano and Zellhuber, this guy's going to be very dangerous and explosive. It's going to be a good fight. Next underdog, Fugit. Fugit's slight underdog over what's the name? Quinlan. You know what? Quinlan's explosive, Quinlan's fast, and he's tough and durable, but he just got knocked out really bad 3 months ago. I think he's coming back too soon. I think Fugit's a pretty tough guy. He got knocked out too, but I think it was like a year ago. So he's been waiting, he's been training. Difficult guy to fight. Quinlan is explosive, he's going to be dangerous. Gonna go with the underdog here. Lowest level confidence is here. Going to go with Judas. I think she's going to get a decision victory. The volume, as long as she doesn't get clipped really hard by Fernandez, she should be okay, even though she's got not a lot of experience. Who knows? Maybe she's working on her ground game, and Fernandez is very susceptible to the ground. We'll see what happens. Moving on to the lowest level confidence, and here's the thing: is I think Costa's going to win, but Nudenbeck is going to be really dangerous in the first round. I mean, this guy almost knocked out Steve Garcia in the first round. He's very dangerous, very explosive. He does start to tire in the second and third round. Costa slows down a little bit, but this guy slows down a lot. But the first round, he is a handful. Very powerful, very quick, great punches. I think Costa's going to survive that. I think Costa's a good grappler as well. Nudenbeck, even if he takes Costa down, Costa is good off his back. He's dangerous, got good BJJ. I think he's going to survive the first round and then win a decision victory. So how many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 underdogs since Costa. I've got here kind of a close 50-50, but I'm technically picking Costa. So, and then I'm just showing you the odds here that you might want to play different ways, just because these guys do have a shot at winning. Maybe in a parlay or something, but pick and choose how you want to play it. But these are the picks still. So out of the picks, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 underdogs out of 12. Hopefully 5 underdogs hit. Hopefully my 5 underdogs hit. All right. There you go. It's late. It's time for bed. Hopefully you guys get this information when you wake up. Otherwise, good luck on the fights. Good luck on your picks. If you like the content, hit like. If you want to be notified, hit subscribe and you will be notified, since I don't really get them out on time all the time. Otherwise, good luck, and we will see you at the recap next week.